We actually missed the buy because we were eyeing the buy here, and we entered it on the demo. And I entered a sell here, got stopped out. My stop loss was too tight. I wanted to re-enter, but we had already taken a $26 loss. That wasn't 100%, but as we can see, it is pushing lower. So let's see. I don't know if this would possibly be the entry right there if we had had the courage to enter and the anticipation for that retracement real quick. But let's see if it expands lower from here or what. Ideally, we wanted to see it just really quickly start rejecting lower. If its intention is to target the New York AM lows, we just have to see what it's gonna do. It could always manipulate higher first. Maybe trade above all these highs and this manipulation high. Let's see. So it did that. Market's very, very volatile right now. There's a small fair value gap here that we're trading into. Alright, so what we're gonna do. I should have entered way earlier, let's be real. But it's fear, fear of making the wrong mistake. So we're putting the stop loss above the bullish fair value gap with the intent that price will not trade higher than that. If anything, it'll trade to it and come lower. Since we disrespected it, it should be used as resistance in my eyes. Let's see if we can catch something. Ideally, I'm honestly just catching the New York AM lows. That's what I would like to see price trade to. But anything can happen. Let's see if we don't get. I would like to see price to just push lower, not even retrace to that bullish fair value gap. We do have this black candle here. And I don't know, high, low, higher, high. It would act as a breaker, ideally, in my eyes. But let's see what's going to happen. I shouldn't even be trading. I need to be heading out to work. So it's now or never. Let's go. Push lower. All right, we thought that maybe we would have gotten a respect here. I should have been more patient because now we're at a $100 loss. Back down to 551, 568. Once again, we're only up 1,500 profits, stuck in this price range. I have to go to work. I work at 12. I told myself I wasn't really gonna trade, and then this morning, let me just show you guys. We took a trade, perfect trade, literally. Like when I tell you guys, it like I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna enter it on the practice account, and it's just gonna be a practice trade. But once I saw the how many points I made over 1,000 points. And I would just sat on my computer and I found my entry. So it's like, it kind of was upsetting to me because I didn't really, whoops, sorry, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I don't know if price is just retracing to these levels here. We do have levels of, you know, this is an inverse for value gap right here, which was already used as an inverse. We're trading back into this area. This is also an inverse for value gap. I want to see how price is trading here. Like, will we kind of use this to go lower? Maybe this was just a retracement, make people FOMO. Or maybe this was the perfect retracement to take out the lows here, to then go higher to target New York AM highs. So sometimes we can't force trades. We gotta wait. We just gotta wait to see what price is doing. And if we see here we have equal lows, higher high, and then we have manipulation lower. So I can see the trade going lower, but maybe my idea of price trading lower is wrong. And maybe this is just gonna be a retracement. Something like this. And we are gonna enter here like this. And this could be a major L on my part because it's also giving me like vibes that it could come and take these highs if price doesn't hold at this inverse fair value gap. So I should have been more patient and waited a little longer for entry confirmation. This is kind of a FOMO trade right here, and I might get stopped out, let's be real. But we are going to keep the stop loss tight. I'm not going to open it any more than the 67 points that's there. Ideally, we want to see price hold inside of this red area, see creating that bullet pattern. If this candle closes lower, we might be in the clear. Might be, but we'll see. And then I want to see if maybe we trade to here. Only 150. I want to see if we can make just some money back. Honestly, we took a big L. I should have. Oh, of course. And I entered on the practice account again. All right, hold up. So I missed that move. It's already out without me, unfortunately. So that's okay. But as you guys can see, we did catch that on the other one. We'll see what happens. But ideally, I don't know. ICT said he was targeting the lows here from Monday the 13th. That's the ultimate target. So maybe I should have just tried to re-enter here. There is an inverse for bullish SIBI here. If price trades here, maybe we can utilize that as an entry to go lower. But a lot of times, some price will not trade back into it just because it's in such a hurry and it doesn't want to really allow people to get in on this trade. So let's do this just to see what's going on. I know I'm going to have a lot of boxes and it might get a little confusing to some of you, but that's just how I see the levels and how they can react. This one we're going to turn into an inverse. And ideally now we want to see, okay, we're going to enter here. Alright, so we entered 2 lots. This might be a wrong move, as you guys can see here. But ideally what we want to see is price hold at this orange level and come lower. We are going to put a buy limit at this inverse orange level. I don't know if it's going to give it to us, but we'll see. And then ICT did mention the potential of it going to 2645 levels, but he did say it doesn't need to go there today. So I don't know if me also listening to ICT's bias kind of messes up my bias. So I have to just also be careful with that. But this is a nice level. It was an inverse fair value gap that found resistance, and we just tapped it again. So that's why we re-entered there. Let's see if we're going to get that. I don't know if it's going to give support here or if it's just going to keep pushing lower. Ideally, we want to see it push lower, not really offer support. We'll see. And this, if it hits the first TP, would be around 125 points. And then the second one, we are targeting New York lows, but we don't know if it's going to give it to us. That's 600 points. If it does give to us, we'll see. That's the entries for today. We took an L already. We're down 100 points, but if this trade pans out, there's potential that we make our money back. So, well, okay, first TP hit. Perfect. With that TP being hit, did bring us up. I don't know if we're in profits now, but we are going to shift stop loss to break even. And now targeting those New York AM lows. We are up 55 bucks as of right now. So, what I'm gonna do since we took an L is I'm just trying to, end the days up $50, $100 at least, So I'm gonna shift my stop loss to above here. I don't want price to trade above that orange level. And as it trades lower, if it gives me more, we're gonna just shift that buy stop lower as we target that New York AM low. As you guys can see, we are inside of this January breaker. We high, low, low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Traded above the breaker, traded below the breaker. We consolidated. You see the huge consolidation that occurs inside of the breaker, but 5% in consolidation at the 50% traded lower once we found ground. And then once we traded below and found an area of support, which I'm not going to go over that right now. As you guys can see, price reversed, made a, inverse head and shoulders and started pushing higher. Found support near the 705 and 50% of that breaker again. Used the breaker for higher prices. And then we traded into that inverse fair value gap, which is that orange zone. And then opened this week and traded lower. We traded lower from Sunday to this morning, 4 a.m., and then from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., we were trading higher, which now we are now back to retracing lower. So we'll see what price wants to do here. Ideally, ICT did say he expects price to come to levels down here. Let's do this thicker and a little different. So this is the ICT target. He said he didn't know if it was gonna go down It didn't have to come down tonight. But that is very, very down there, as you can see. So ideally for us, it might stop us out here. Ideally for us, we want to just take profit at the lows and see if we find another entry. You know, you don't want to hold on to a trade after 4 o'clock. The futures market close anyway. So here, if we get stopped out, we'll still be up about 20